Hey there, and welcome back to Trainwreck, an educational monster train series where you watch me struggle at around 200 Pact Shards. Alright, still making headway on the old backlog, trying our best to catch up on recording. Continuing on with our saga of Trainwreck episodes, our previous one was pretty good. I don't have a lot else to say before getting into it. We ended up with a very interesting run. It was an early founding seal, but we didn't actually find a payout for the founding seal until after Talos. And Talos was really spicy because we had to take a ton of pact shards that were extremely low impact, right? So the part of the problem with Trainwreck in general and with high shard runs is sometimes you are shown bad temples that have upgrades that don't make sense for you, and because of the node generation, you have to take them anyway. It's actually an entire segment of the challenge of this run is understanding that I have to take pact shards even if they're useless. And in this particular case, prior to Talos, essentially my only pact shard pickups of import were self-infusing all 4 train stewards. Well, 4 train stewards became 2, but you get what I mean, right? It's 50 pact shards, and all I got out of it was a 10 damage, 23 health thing. So, really quite bad. And so navigating Ring 3 was very difficult, but once, of course, we had an actual incant unit to use Founding Seal, there were some other factors that came into it that really popped off as well. There was a Cuddlebeard we found with a large stone, self-infused, endless hot shark, so he was doing fantastic. And eventually Tethys even contributed in a meaningful way because we were able to keep her alive with a lodestone totem infusion. Very powerful. We were able to incant enemies down to 0 before they even threatened me. I mean, because when you have 2 of them on the floor and you have Founding Seal, you essentially have 4 of them, which makes the sap way fast. Typically, you only need 2 of them to win. It's the minimum, right? I treat that as this is what you must have to win. Otherwise, you will not meet the basic requirements of survivability, and you're going to lose to enemies walking up to your pyre. Whereas when you have enough sap on the floor, you're able to negate their attacks entirely as they die to some other mechanic. Frostbite, of course, providing a lot of value here. Chillwind Tethys with Sweep doing a lot of heavy lifting, right? That Frostbite, especially with Cuddlebeard, ticks down in the Pyre Room as they are just dying to sap. It was very important, actually, that we had a lot of sap generation, but also Frostbite generation with Cuddlebeard on the mini-boss that leaked, right? Steel Slate, specifically. He never hit me. He never did damage. It was never really a risk like that. The challenge, of course, was how do I not die to his spikes? Because he had 9 spikes, which is massive. We were at, what, 230? I think it was 230 pact shards altogether. So it was an odd one, but regardless, we did get the win. Fortunately, things all panned out. So we're past Tethys. Incredible. Now we get to play Penumbra. What could possibly go wrong? Oh no. Alright, well, not much else to say. Let's go ahead and get in on it. As always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. We say the words because they're cool and sometimes they do something. And let's play some Monster Train. Incredible. Let's make it happen. Clicking the button. I'm ready to play a ton of Monster Train today. I have so many recordings to get through. Incredible. Look at this. We can't even get away from Stygian. We get it again. Frozen Lance. Huzzah. I'm actually not mad about this. There's a lot of good things that work out in this clan combo's favor, so my favorite here. I'm noting, of course, remember we have Penumbra, so Shade Splitters, but we also have Frozen Lances. This is a very good incanting clan, especially if you hit Architect. Space Prism, the intrinsic Space Prism specifically, the champion is a very good setup. You can just take double draw and support your incants that way, which is really nice. Plus Shade Splitters double as incants, so pretty good overall, as long as you can lean into it. Now, of course, you are a little bit reliant on seeing a Siren, because there's only so many other options. Things like a Sweeper plus Perils are possible, but, of course, Penumbra and Umbra itself is not providing a lot of value here. Essentially, it's just a Space Prism. So, it is what it is, I suppose. Alright, well, let me not get too far ahead of myself. I've already introed you to the combo, but hopefully you're all doing well today. Welcome back to Monster Train. Let's spend another, well, however long you feel like watching the episode, but maybe an hour, hopefully, if things go well, trying to figure this run out. Incredible. So today we are default. No, I keep calling it default Penumbra. Like, obviously it's Penumbra, but it's default Umbra. It doesn't help that Umbra is in Penumbra's name anyway. With default Stygian, we have Rage Talos, Spell Shield Arcus, and Chase Seraph. Nothing too dicey here. Chase usually doesn't affect this clan combo too terribly much. If we end up on Nameless Siren, it could be a problem. Obviously, Ember Drain is still a threat, unless we end up on an Ember Drain line, which means we can completely ignore it. We'll see. We have started with Antumbra Assault, Mollusk Mage, Ember Cache. Great. Mollusk Mage is fine. We at least have Frozen Lances, and I like pings, so even though Antumbra Assault is not my favorite ping, right, 3 damage is a real whiff in the DLC. I think if this were 5 damage, it would be cooking, right? Because with plus 10 in piercing, that pushes 15. A lot of things have 15 health specifically, so that's a very useful threshold. Now, this does mean that Temper Talisman tends to be a bit favored, right? It pushes you over that 15 threshold, so that does make Temper Talisman good, right? But at the same time, I don't know, and Temper Assault really needs the help, I think. Of all the pings to make 3 damage, this is just a pretty rough one, right? The benefit, the upside requires you kill a guy, which is itself a challenge oftentimes. I mean, other than the early game, of course. And you get morsels, which also kind of suck. Now, the thing about morsels, fortunately, their scaling is pretty decent in the early game, so it can help you. Something like Morsel Generation plus Crucible Collector just kind of auto-wins Talos, which is nice. It's useful in the same way that something like Thorn Hollow is useful, right? Thorn Hollow, as long as you have Rejuvenate triggers, just crushes the early game, so it's beneficial having things like that in the game, I suppose. They're at least useful in various parts. Mollusk Mage, however, props this up a little bit for the early game. We'll probably keep him on the floor, and Ember Cache is a bit of a low opportunity cost card, but something I'm always happy to have. It's a fine card. It's exceptional in a Diligent, but I think it's fine in general. Alright, reminder that this is a Trainwreck episode, so I must go hard on Pact Shards. Temples today are 3, 4, 5. Sure. 7 and 8. Fantastic. 5 temples is a really good thing to see, especially because some of these are late, right? We have one on 7 and one on 8. This gives us a lot of flexibility in when we take our Pact Shards, so we can actually just ignore one of these temples if we so choose. Or maybe we just don't take any unnecessary infusions. I can just remove Train Stewards. These are nice things, so... On Ring 8, we have a removal dupe on Steel side. Fantastic. There is a Trinket Shop with money on 7, and a Horde. Competes with a Magic Shop with Vortex, no Steel there. It's okay. Especially since we have the Steel lineup on 8. But we have Steels earlier as well. 6 and 5 both have very good Steel shops, both claiming the Vortex. You get money on 6 with it, and a cavern on 5 with it. English is very funny language, and especially my brain is funny. It loves to fuse words together, and it's one of the things I notice the most while recording, because it's something that happens to me in real life all the bloody time, where my brain takes 2 words that mean the same thing, combines their pronunciations, and then spits out that fused word. And I just did it. I said a cavern, which is me taking cave plus cavern. So you got it. That's not as egregious as some of the fusions I've had in my day are, but that one, it's still, I noticed it. So hooray, English. Anyway, Steel Shop with an Umbra banner on 4 has money. No Magic Shop here, which means we do get double magics in the early game. The Vortex and Horde are on a side with just health. A little bit of a bummer, but okay. I'm not excited about the Umbra banner anyway, so it's kind of a whatever, really, honestly. Early game, forced Stygian banner on Steel side on 2. It's good. I like Stygian banners here. I want them. Second ring, or rather third ring, ring 3, has a Stygian banner with a Hellvent. Now, because this has a temple with it, it's actually a pretty good opportunity to like self-infuse a shark, or self-infuse a siren, or something like that. So that's still pretty good and tempting to me. I like that a lot. Cool. pretty decent altogether. This is Penumbra, so we're going to look at the Horde first. We're never taking Commemorative Spike because that is a -1 space relic on the most important turn. This would need to be like a super morsel for me to seriously consider it. Or I might consider a Commemorative Spike if I already had an intrinsic Shroud Spike, right? Or like an intrinsic in an adjacent temple and I already had the Shroud Spike. Because if you can use this to get an immediate burst of damage and stats, that's pretty cool. But that's basically the only time it's ever good. Instead, I'm going to take Cleansing Water, which I think gets a lot of bad rap, but is actually quite decent. Monstrous Architect. We for sure take Architect. I would like very much to do the Sirens on a floor with Penumbra angle. We'll take the money. It's the best time to take it. We should crush Ring 1. We have pings, so this aggressive amulet is not the end of the world. And with Mollusk Mage, we should be able to push past the frontliners here, so I think we're okay. We can also tank with morsels for anyone keeping track, so should be alright. May as well hit this guy, right, I think. I think the Frozen Lance is going to be more valuable here than the Train Steward. Obviously, you don't want that Train Steward lingering, but it's fine. I am going to play 3 morsels upstairs. Oh, we get a damage shield morsel and a lifesteal morsel. What a good roll, honestly. We definitely are clearing top floor here. I would like Shade Splitter for sure. Yeah, you put that in front, it takes the whole round, which is great. We're clearing this, which is nice. I would like to double Frozen Lands bottom. Unfortunately, fortunately, we have both Antumbra Assaults next turn, potentially. If I get the Disciple under 35... which we do, we should be able to clear most of this. Alright, cool. Pop one of these fellows. Antumbra in front, which lets me put the Mollusk Mage in back. I will take the damage shield. Well, maybe not take the damage shield morsel. We're not going to mess around. I'm going to accept the damage shield hit here and pop the guy downstairs, which guarantees us Relentless, right? So, no concerns at all. I'm going to leave these morsels in. They're better draws than some of my other cards. And we have a very clean combat. Easy. Take a Shade Splitter here. It's fine. Double play some Train Stewards. They do like 20 damage. It's cool. This guy really doesn't threaten me here. He stands no chance. Also, he gets hit for 26 damage with random things, so that's pretty cool. Great. Easy mode. Alright, we get through this, we get the trial, we got the money as well, which is fantastic. We're looking for Pact Morsels, Making of a Morsel, Mind Collapse. I'm going to take Mind Collapse because I think it's a better ping than Antumbra Assault by a wide margin. It takes a 10 in piercing very well. It's maybe not the best target for it, but it's pretty decent, I think. You could easily reach 15 or higher with it. 10 in piercing and a plus 10 do a lot of heavy lifting here, I think. We'll take it. Ugh, gross. Crypt Builder, Energy Siphon at Titan's Gratitude. I'm not really keen on any of these. I would have liked a Crystallis here. I don't have the tools to support Crypt Builder in a meaningful way. You could just grab it and put plus 30s and stuff in it, but it's a really difficult card to play. Maybe it takes a -2, okay. Maybe it's fine. I should take something. I would like a Front Blast. So I think I will grab this Crypt Builder. It's going to betray us a lot, but it's not the end of the world. Shadow Siege. Stygian Banner? He's big. I'm never playing Shadow Siege like a normal person. I don't want to take Alloyed Construct if I can avoid it. I do not have the support for Alloyed Construct right now. And I think the only way I take the Construct is if I have to, right? I think that's an important piece of intel. We don't have to, right? Shadow Siege plus Architect plus like a Sweeper. This opens up the Sweepers into meaningful choices, which I like a lot. So that makes 4 out of 6 units at this, well, 5 if you include Titan Sentry. So really an excellent selection out of this Stygian banner. It's actually the biggest thing I like about Shadow Siege is it props up units that otherwise kind of struggle. And with enough copies, I don't even need a multi-strike, though it would be kind of annoying playing them all. We'll take the Shadow Siege. I think he's a really good pick here. We're going for the Stygian unit. A big part of why I do this is because the Stygian unit is great. Multi-strike in the shop is fantastic. We get Sirens. Great, honestly. Fantastic. I'll take it. Siren of the Sea is preferred because this is chased. Otherwise, no strong preference, really, right? I could see this going a million different ways, but Siren of the Sea is better because chased. I'll have to deal with it. So, take the Horde in the middle. Chain of Gems, pretty tempting. Alloyed Construct would have been online here, interestingly enough. Forgotten Name is an option. Something I would consider if Shade Splitter was a damage card. It's not terrible, but it's not that great. Chain of Gems will provide more value overall, I think. I can face tank with random morsels. We'll take the multi-strike, of course, on the Siren of the Sea here, and I am happy to take the Damage Shield 3. This will, especially in Trainwreck, amounts to more damage saved than Incant Armor 2. We're looking at a Divinity that's likely to be doing, what, 20 damage? Easy. If we go really hard, possibly up to something like 23 damage. So that's what, like 60 health minimum, which is 30 incants. So pretty comparable to an optimal scenario. And this means I don't have to reroll, or gamble, which I'm very happy with. So very much will take this and be okay with it. Fully loading out our Siren. We'll do the infusion on ring 3 of Shadow Siege. And hope for a tiny stone, and then we crush. The thing about Shadow Siege, he's worth so many incants. If you self-infuse the Siren, you need 60 incants to catch up to Shadow Siege's infusion, which is obscene. So, alright, let's go ahead and move on. Oh, gosh, I'm hearing banging. Hopefully you can't hear this, but I'm hearing banging sounds from downstairs. I have to go investigate this. I will be right back. For me, it'll be maybe 5 minutes. For you, it'll be 2 seconds. Oh boy. Alright, we're back. Now, because I made you wait a long time. Now, for you, it was a couple seconds, but I'll at least tell you what happened. So I have a plush, a little stuffed animal sloth that I keep on my workstation. And I don't know, I like sloths for some reason or another. It's just an animal that I think is pretty cool. Oh yeah, we're super ready to move on. I'm going to click the button. But, so I have this sloth, and sometimes the cats, they play way too hard. And when they play way too hard, you end up with this situation where they knock over everything. Not intentionally. They're not malicious cats. I've met a bunch of them that are like that, but these in particular are not so much that way. And so in this particular case, they knocked over a bunch of stuff on my workstation, and my poor sloth looked up at me from the ground like he had just died. I was like, all right, buddy, we'll help out here. And I had to clean up some disgusting cat barf. But cats, right, animals, you have them. They do things. Great. Cool, let's play Monster Train. We're back. Do I need this infusion, this unit? I'm dealing with that question now. Now, the Siren of the Sea with the Shadow Siege is a very strong opener. Big fan of this. I don't think I have to take this. Now, Shark would still be pretty decent here, but the question really is just, this is going to be we might take a lot of damage for it, and I don't think this is worth 10 gold to me, and I already have a good infusion. And there is a pretty reasonable chance I could go to this Hellvent anyway, so if I were really desperate, I have that option. I think I'm just going to skip this unit, right? We'll just make this ring too easy and save our pyre health, which is good. So the play is we just play upstairs. I'm going to go ahead and drop the Siren of the Sea in. We'll take the Mollusk Mage. We'll just kind of play all these cards, actually, and this will be fine. Should be alright. We do get enough to ping. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't get it because Mollusk Mage is up here. I was like, oh, we got it. So what we'll do instead is I'll take the Shade Splitter upstairs. I'm going to ping downstairs to stop one of these curses. We'll incant. And then I guess I'll just drop that to get shot. This should be okay. I'm a little bummed we're going to take Sap here, but oh, we actually don't. Never mind. Game is super easy. We will continue to incant on the floors where we can. Take some morsels, fine. Cool, good, great. The ping is good here. The Shade Splitter gets me to kill. We can tank with the morsel up front. Seems good to me. Great. We managed to avoid all damage. Again, this damage would exist if I had taken the trial, so... I do think Crypt Builder on the opener here is very strong because it opens up the Reconcilers to my next floor, which I appreciate. All it takes is, yeah, things like Frozen Lands push through that in a very satisfying way. And we crush this now. Great. This guy also lost all of his spikes from Cleansing Water, so get got loser. Fantastic. I'm going to take Prismal Dust, I think, here. It's a good card to just have general copies of. I think I feel strongly about that. We have enough pings. I don't need another Mind Collapse. Packed Morsels. We're not on a morsel line. I don't hate morsels, by the way, because I do have Chain of Gems, but I'm going to get enough of them from Shade Splitter. It's no biggie. Flash Freeze. Again, I just don't need a third ping here. I think we're good on this. Mollusk Mage, Energy Siphon. I'll take the 10 gold and we'll move. Okay. I do think I want to go to the dupe, though, right? I think this is correct, so we'll do this. Look at the temple real fast. I see. I took specifically this Crypt Builder because a -2 in it makes it a pretty decent incant, so... Alright. Fine, I'll take it. Sure. Intrinsic... I don't think I need this for anything. We'll chill on that for now. I'm going to look at this Stygian banner. Shark is good. I will take Shark here, yes. Okay, so I definitely want to do the Shadow Siege infusion into Siren here, for sure. This is a very powerful unit. My goal here is to essentially get 2 of these on a floor. Now you may ask, how do you do that? Remember, Penumbra is Intrinsic Space Prism the champion, but he still takes up 3 space on that floor. So what you can do is he gives you 4 space. Great. That puts me at, what, 9 space upstairs? Or I could play him mid-floor. Now, the unfortunate thing is Chain of Gems does kind of hurt this, so that's a little bit annoying. But you can play him upstairs with, like, a morsel, I guess. And the play then is that he dies. And in dying, opens up space that you could play the other one of these. 2 of these on a floor is powerful. And if we hit Tiny Stone or anything here, this becomes even more powerful. Seriously, a 130 damage multi-strike out of the gate here is nuts. Happy to have that. And there's a lot of opportunities for us to hit a space reduction or something. I'm going to look at this temple before I dupe. Ah, it's a bummer. I'm going to take the Awoken's Rail Spike. It's fantastic here. Spike of the Stygian is a decent play, but Awoken's Rail Spike is a better incanter. We do prioritize... Caves are very powerful for us. Keep that in mind. So, Ring 5, Ring 6, maybe the dupe there. All good. Now, what do I dupe here? A second one of these would be awesome. Just having that now is a huge power play. It's enough to push through mid-game with very little help. So, sure, I think. We'll just make another one of them. If I roll in the Sketches of Salvation, this run is nuts. We've already taken a lot of shards. I don't need to take this Intrinsic. It's also not useful, so we'll move on. Imagine if I had seen a Tiny Stone there. This run would have been through the roof. Absolutely through the roof. But that's okay. Right. So, this is Rage Talos. I think there's really no reason not to put Penumbra on the floor, but I do like feeding the Siren. So I think I'm going to give up a morsel. Actually, I'm just going to take the... I wanted to get the Chain of Gems value here, and this also lets me take an infusion, which is cool. Yeah, you see the nice thing about it is we get the boons like this, or rather the morsels into this. 140 damage out of the gate. We'll play this mid-floor, all fine. We'll play the other one bottom floor, you might as well. I'm just going to incant again, you might as well. Sure. Great. Mid floor, we're probably, yeah, I'm gonna play Other Siren bottom floor and then Shark mid floor, and this should do a lot of heavy lifting for us. Great. Bottom floor just takes hits, kills guys, chillin', right? Super easy. In fact, if she just kills a dude, it kills the whole floor, in fact, actually. So that's pretty awesome. We do have incants we can take upstairs. This is gonna look really weird for the time being, but it's okay, right? Well, incant upstairs to win the combat, but bottom floor, she's just gonna kind of crush a bunch of things, and that is a-okay with me. We'll pop a guy downstairs that's doing 9 damage. I'm going to face tank upstairs with the Chain of Gems. We'll get an Excavator downstairs. I think that's pretty cool. We'll continue... I have no space. We'll continue Frozen Lancing upstairs. Good. Cool. Got some Lifesteal downstairs. That's strong. Single Frozen Lance middle does a lot of heavy lifting here. And then we get to Rail Spike on bottom or top floor. Sure. We'll play a Shade Splitter. We'll feed that up top. Great work. Bottom floor, she's chilling. Gets an extra 44 health back from the attack. Great work. She wins. I mean, this is what you expect, right? She just wins down here, which is ridiculous when you think about it. But yeah, this floor, if we can assemble the squad here, this is nuts, right? This is absolutely insane strength. So we love that. Umbra Stone is fantastic here. We'll click that as well. Big fan. Another Shadow Siege, Overgorger, Crucible Collector. Don't think I need any of this stuff. No, we're fine. I don't need any of these. I'd rather just dupe the Sirens if I can. I mean, and it's not great to have them on separate floors. They will die, but it's also not bad necessarily. It's fine, right? They do 130 damage out of the gate, which is a lot. I don't need any of these other guys. We'll skip that. It's fine. Now, I could take Space. Space has the added benefit of playing... I don't think you could ever play them all together very easily. I think card draw is the more important play here. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Now, I want to prioritize Capes when I can. I don't need the Steel Shop. I won't say no to an Endless on Shark, however, but I also value removals a lot. So I think I'm just going to go to the right. Also, Sketches of Salvation is a ridiculous high roll if we see it. Hell's Banners. I mean, this is just going to be Ember on a lot of turns. We have a bunch of random Shade Splitters and stuff, so I'll take it. If we end up on Endless Shark, this also helps out a bunch there. So, sure. I think it's better than Lightstone Casing here. Temple-wise, Spell Chain. This is going to go on something. Tenon Piercing? Sure, I'll put this on the Crypt Builder. That's fine. Breaks 110. It's an acceptable card, I think. Infusion-wise, I don't think we need it. Spell Chain. The best Spell Chain is probably the Rail Spike. We'll take that. I will use it. The removals here are easy. Cut Train Stewards. I don't need these for infusions. I also have Mollusk Mages if I really need something. Architect 2, of course. And then I think we move on from here. I'm not afraid of 105 Pact Shards right now. I'll be on the lookout for Cave-In, by the way. I think this is a unique opportunity to use it. Shadow Siege's infusion is very good. Don't need that infusion. We'll move on. Yeah, Cave-In would be a good solution here. I don't really care about the Ancient Hate. It's fine. Clip to what is it? Infiltration. Okay, so play-wise, we're going to go Shade Splitter upstairs first. Play Penumbra. That's enough space for the lad. I'm going to put Shark downstairs here because he's going to die, and that's okay. I'm going to put a Train Steward middle. Things to be careful about. If I draw a bunch of... A good thing to keep in mind here is actually if I draw a bunch of... What's it called? I was going to say, if I double draw Shadow Siege Infusion, Trend is rough here. I can absolutely greed for Collector here. So we always have to play Shadow Siege upstairs. I think some things we're going to need to do, however, are Mollusk Mage in front here takes both hits on the Quill Marksman, and then you Crypt Builder, and they go pew pew, and we get the Collector. And that is essentially 2 Ember on this floor only, so I could still play the Shadow Siege Infusion Friend. I think that is correct. Now, unfortunately, we do not get the second Siren of the Sea here, which is a bummer. We offset this with a Rubble Morsel, though. I like that. I'll play the Rubble Morsel middle as well. We'll take the extra Ember here. We do kill one guy. We don't get enough hits from Shark to kill the Conduit, so fortunately we've prevented 2 floors from assembling. We have, however, sadly lost the second one of our friends. But that's okay. I think we can offset this a bit. I would like to first Antumbra Assault upstairs. We're going to we actually clear this, which is unreal. I'm going to take the Excavator here. Great. Tanks for it. Cool. Alright, that is enough that now I'm going to be drawing 6 cards here, I think. I do not get the... what is it called? I don't get the Spell Chain copy, but I kind of also don't care that much, so it's fine. We will incant on this floor. Great. Every incant we can get is nice. Unfortunately, the Umbra Stone I can't actually work, but that's okay. We should be fine anyway. Oh, well, we drafted it anyway, so we're actually chillin'. Excavated Ember is your friend. I will take the Shade Splitter because it tanks for me, which I really appreciate. I intend to incant a whole bunch. Oh, the damage shield in the back and the spell shield on this guy. That's going to be a problem. I think we are going to maybe work on that. We'll see. We'll see. The trample, I don't know if we get through that, though. No, we don't. So we want to go Shade Splitter 1, play the Siren downstairs, play the Morsel upstairs. Want to continue to incant here. We want to continue to incant here. I'll pop in the back. Unfortunately, that thing had too many stats. I think we do pop the damage shield, though. No? Oh, gross. 20 damage, then, is a big bummer. I'm going to go ahead and incant a bit downstairs. I think it's actually worth it. I'm going to pop this friend. We incant. We incant. We pop this friend again. I'm going to face tank with a morsel here. And yeah, we actually just win on bottom floor. Fantastic. I expected as much. 20 damage from that unlucky roll there is a bummer. But it's the nature of the game. Void Binding. I love Void Binding, but I like Ember Cache more for an incant line. We're going to take another one of those. Deep Offering. It's hard to say no to a card like Deep Offering. Titan's Tooth is present as well. I don't have a lot of offering options. Preserve. I don't have anything I'm really holding on to. It's not terrible for Shadow Siege Buddy, but still, I don't think it's great. I'm basically just going to be slamming it as an incant. I'll take the Deep Offering. This could maybe synergize with some stuff. Sure, it's a good card. We'll take it. And now I do want to hunt caves, because there's a lot of things that this could be. Also, an Endless here is pretty nice. Incant Armor 2 shows up, kind of a whatever. We'll look in the temple real quick. Spell Chain again. 10 in Piercing again. This one goes into the Mind Collapse for sure. You could Spell Chain the Mind Collapse here. That's not terrible. It gives you a 20 reach, but it also lets you hit 2 different units if you want to. Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and hit the cave first. Pyre health, huh? I don't want to get rid of the opportunity for us to benefit from lifesteal, I don't think. There is a chance that's relevant. I mean, just overstacking one of these ladies is pretty decent at least. I'll take it. It's not the overstack I wanted, but, you know, it's a good overstack all the same. Sure. Sure, I think that's fine. I think it's better than giving up the lifesteal potential. Removal-wise, we are going to continue cutting Train Stewards. Okay, we have plenty of temples coming up. If I need a self-infuse, I do still have the mollusk mages, and I also am imagining a world where I do something with the shark here. Multi-strike shark, hell yeah. But we're not doing that, I don't think. Purge, I can and should consider... what? Incanting up, or reducing the bad density of incants here, I suppose? Shade Splitters, Hell's Banners, Chain of Gems, a lot of value to those. I'm going to cut Frozen Lances instead then. We're going to go ahead and drop 2 here. We're down to 26 cards, which does feel pretty good. I'm not doing an infusion here. I think I am taking the Spell Chain somewhere. Probably Mind Collapse. This at least gives you a 20 reach, but it's a flexible 20 reach, which I like. I can use this to proc on multiple things, which I'm okay with, I think. A lot of opportunities for a -2 coming up. We could prospectively put this in a Deep Offering and look for a -2. I think if I saw a -2, I'd put it in there and put a Remove Consume on it, but... going to this cave, which has a dupe. Is there any dupe I want to prep? It's probably just a Crypt Builder, if I'm being honest with you. Let's go ahead and put this in the Mind Collapse. I think it's fine. We'll move on from here. Sure. Yeah, probably duping that Crypt Builder from here. Multi-strike. I don't think I'm worried about this, right? We're okay there. I'm sure there are relics that this could be good with, so fine. Yikes. Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you. Not great about seeing multiples of these guys here all the time. I'm going to go ahead and I will put Penumbra down first. Then we'll take the Siren of the Sea. I want to put her in front because she's a tanker. I'm going to go ahead and put Siren of the Sea on mid-floor? Mid-floor, maybe? Probably. Shark mid-floor does guarantee Collector there, though, so let's put her bottom floor. I am going to incant a bit. Put that one upstairs. I'm going to incant bottom floor. I know it's kind of maybe a little strange, but it's fine. I want to make sure I'm pushing this. Now, I'm not going to burn that rail spike with nothing here. We take a lot of damage there, but it's not too terrible. We get the Antumbra Assault, which is actually fantastic. Lets me get the morsels. They take the damage shield, but I do this intentionally, right? Because I want the shark to chill middle. And then I do want to incant. And we'll take a damage shield upstairs. Fine. Shark dies, but that's okay. Looking for lifesteal or something, I think. We actually clear the guy upstairs entirely, which is fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and take a double incant here because it gets me the Hell's Banners proc. Fantastic work. Don't put it downstairs. Let's blow up the dude downstairs. That's really strong. We'll continue incanting for the Relentless play. Yeah, she almost just kills that guy outright, which is ridiculously good. We get the Excavated Ember chain, which is high power. We will incant downstairs. Good, great. We'll tank upstairs. Fantastic. Get something down there. I guess I'll burn Mollusk Mage out. We do a triple incant here. Cool. I pop the guy in front. He's dead. Play some morsels for our friend. I will pop. Does not really matter what I attack here. I'll incant upstairs then. Sure. Great. Cool. If I get a lifesteal morsel, we'll feel really good. This is a good play. See, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I like Excavated Embers and Ember Cache in general. This is just one of them. There's a ton of value here. 8 cards. I can actually kill the guy middle, which is cool, and then I draw 7 here and get the Spell Chain copy, which is neat. I haven't even procced your friend, what is it called, Hell's Banners yet, which will be happening on this turn right now, which lets me draw 2 more cards. Fantastic. We'll go ahead and do that. Cool, and we get a ridiculously good incant turn, as it turns out. We're going to play a morsel upstairs and then shoot it for the incant. I also get a lifesteal morsel for downstairs. Fantastic. If it gets 1 round... Oh. Crystal Cloak. Get got by Cleansing Water. I mean, straight up, the fact that this works is ludicrous. Absolutely bonkers. Wow, look at that. Look at that, y'all. We win. We won on bottom floor against Crystal Cloak. Isn't that neat? We had an obvious win upstairs, but this is, that's silly. That's a rude line. Oh, bummer. Rationing scales. I think I am just selling this. I value my 17 health a little higher. Yeah, it's 25 gold. It's fine. Will I take another Ember Cache? Yep. You heard it here first. I like that card. Now, Drain is a pretty good pickup. Gives us a tool against Divinity in a way that I think is relevant. It's a good holdover target. It's a good spell chain target. It's a good -2 target. We could double stack it. I really like this card. And I don't have a lot of conflicting discards. It's basically just Deep Offering, which is okay with me. Cool. Drain is the angle here. Great. Alright. Cave. I'm going to this cave. We're trying very hard to high roll. Ember Stasis. Blight cards. Penitent Remains. No. I don't want Weathered Coldstones here. I think we just take Ember Stasis and chill. It's fine, right? This is not great, but it's fine. Sure. Ah, bummer. You're hoping for the best, you don't get the best, it's okay. We are just going to make a copy here of, you guessed it, where is it? Crypt Builder, there you are, good. It's a good card, it's a great incant. It also makes up the Pact Shards that I'm not really getting by taking dumb infusions, so fine. Cool. Easy. Shark is not really online yet. We have a Trinket Shop coming up? We do. We do. Trinket Shop, and we have a bunch of cash. I'm probably going to go look. You may ask why. The answer is simple. I'm going to be looking for the mighty power that is the word I'm looking for here. I'm going to hit the boss. I'm going to be looking for... what is it? Sketches of Salvation. Yeah, I need... if I can see sketches, this run cleans up in a big way. Play the Siren downstairs. I will... take the Mollusk Mage middle. I think that's okay. I'm going to incant bottom floor. I recognize that it is a downside to do it. I'll take the lifesteal up here. That's cool. What do I shoot? We'll probably draft something. I'm just going to shoot for 110 upstairs. We're not incanting ourselves badly, though. That's okay. Goodbye, your friend, Mollusk Mage. He did great work. Cool. We go Antumbra Assault upstairs. Fantastic. You face tank upstairs. We'll play the Excavator downstairs. We get a Shark middle. Great. I will play Umbra Stone, Ember Cache, and I think I will begin draining here. It's unlikely we can drain the boss to a very good position, but we should be able to do respectably. It's okay to incant upstairs. We do enough damage that this is not a risk. True. We just continue to incant, I think. It is correct. I would like to pop one fella here, right? Yes. I'll take a damage shield downstairs, and we'll take the damage mid-floor. That's okay. Cool. It's a little bit of frostbite. We're not going to do enough sap to actually have a meaningful effect here on anything. Ah, bummer. I don't get a good rail spike. What's coming up? Mine Collapse. We can do this, right? Yeah, alright. So we're actually chilling, I think. We go Excavated Ember, which lets me draw one, I guess. It'll have to do. It's funny. We hit the weird unit there. It's fine. We actually do get the Mine Collapse downstairs, which I value quite a bit. This lets me roll the Deep Offering, which I'm a fan of. I will click it. Sure. Yeah, you get a good play as a result of all of these Excavated Embers here. Unfortunate that I didn't happen to have the other card in my hand for it, but that's okay. We will just continue to incant up here. It's good to do it. Great work, go team. It will do. Okay, we get the incant shard downstairs. Don't really care about it all that much. I'm definitely clicking the calcified embers on bottom floor. Big fan. It's going to be lifesteal, probably downstairs. We'll take the other one upstairs. What do I get? A jeweler. Jeweler tanks this. We want to save these damage shield procs for an important pickup later in the form of how do I defeat Arcus. Damage shield is a good way to do it. I do have a strong inclination towards incanting here. I don't think I ever push mainline guy here, so I think we're actually fine. Let's go ahead and just do damage. It doesn't really matter, we're cleaving and killing anyway, but yeah. Lifesteal is your friend. Great, continue to incant. I do want a double Shade Splitter here, that's very high value. Cool. That also means I can hit the boss with an Excavated Ember, which is great, I think. And I will sap the boss because I think it'll help. We go to Relentless here. We do some damage downstairs, but not really, because that's correct. We actually, in fact, have a... We actually do indeed have stealth to get through. So we are going to shoot the boss because I think that's valuable. But 3 turns of stealth, 1... 2, 3, swing, kill. So that's 27, 29. Can I ever get 160 damage or something out here? It's going to be 27 hits here. Then you have 29 damage. So then it's 74 minus 29. With 1 stack left, minus 31. We need... Oof, I need like 19 health on this lady to actually get anything meaningful, so I'm going to just incant upstairs, and we'll shoot the boss down there, and that's okay. Okay, stealth is gone at least. It's something. I'm pretty sure 3 damage shield just wins this. Yeah, I can't actually self-ping here the Shade Splitter because Chain of Gems blocks the Umbra Assault. I'm just going to take 3 damage shield, and I'm reasonably certain that just crushes this. We have a ton of turns. Yeah, like, we're obviously fine. Cool, and then you face tank here, and this is pretty cool as well. And then we get to incant. We're doing enough damage to win, which is good. It's a good turn. Good setup. This beats Arcus. I think we need to find some tools here that are going to help beat these other bosses, right? I think we do need to solve other problems. I accidentally left one of the calcified embers in. It's kind of funny. Whoops. I was so busy doing other things. Kindle is an Awoken Railspike play, potentially. That's kind of it. There's good turns with it. I have the Excavated Embers, but I don't have an insta-win button that comes out of it. Forever Consumed is an acceptable card. I don't really want this. Kindle at least goes away. I'll take it. I could maybe use it. Card draw. I do like card draw here. I'd love to assemble the squad. I haven't seen a cave-in, which is itself a challenge. The best way of doing this, in my opinion, is to play Penumbra and then get Penumbra killed, right? So think about this. If I play, let's say, mid-floor. Chain of Gems actually causes a problem here. I need... Yeah, Chain of Gems actually does hurt me a little bit on this one. I was thinking if I can get Penumbra shot, he represents a 4-space swing, which lets me make 8 space on middle, so I could assemble 2 of them, which is at least, I think, enough to win with good Crypt Builder support, but... Yeah, it works. 4 plus 4. Yeah, 4 plus 4 is 8, and then you just get Penumbra killed and we can fit it in. So let's take card draw here. If we hit a Shade Splitter on turn 1, or some means of generating a morsel to bypass the Chain of Gems, I think it works because the... What's it called? The Divinity will just murder Seraph, or murder Penumbra. I'm going to take the draw here. I think it's correct. I'd really like to assemble the squad. They need to show me a way of doing this. We're going to go left, because Sketches answers this question as well. And we have a lot of opportunities here to see it. Okay, give me Sketches. Kinstone Totem. Antumbra, Abandoned Antumbra actually does get me the Chain of Gems option I was telling you about. I want to be able to get Penumbra killed pretty quickly. So that's cool. Another Spell Chain. I mean, I'm going to put this in Drain, I guess. I don't see a Magic Shop, which is a bit of a bummer. Intrinsic, huh? We can potentially generate a lot of morsels on turn 1. Or stuff on turn 1. Kinstone Totem is also here. Founding Seal is an exceptional pickup. This was, you know, a secondary thing I was thinking of. Now if I can get 2 of Mana Floor, we definitely get it. I think Abandoned Antumbra does help a lot. This always gives me a Chain of Gems proc. It also always gives me a Hell's Banners, like 1 of 2. I think it's more valuable than the Kinstone Totem here. I'll take it. I want to reroll because Sketches does still win. Wow, Winged Technology. They're really giving it to me. Morsels. I should have just played Alloyed Construct. With a Siren Infusion, I guess? Founding Seal? I mean, I don't know. It's fine. I think Alloyed Construct would have won this for sure. Winged Technology actually fully weaponizes Abandoned Antumbra. That is so much durability on my turns. Just face tank. I don't want to incant on 2 floors. I do think it's worth it, though, with the Abandoned Antumbra. This guy basically face tanks the world. Alright, sure. I'm going to go ahead. Do I want to remove a card here? I don't think so. Not yet. Move on? Maybe? I have to take something. We're spell chaining Drain here. We can afford this if I have to. Intrinsic. I can generate Ember on turn 1, is the thing, because of Hell's Banners. Always have that option. If you get a double Intrinsic, we could maybe do some really disgusting stuff, right? Intrinsic the Rail Spike, and then you Intrinsic the Kindle, and we're cooking. We draw half our deck on turn 1. That's pretty powerful. I think there is a lot of value in this. We'll take this Intrinsic here. I have to get to 200 anyway. Reminder, this is a Trainwreck episode. We'll definitely get there. I'm doing a dupe. I have the Temple. It's fine. We'll move on. Founding Seal helps a ton. I should always be able to get this Mark of Invasion, right? Right. Give me Caven. Give me some answer. This clan combo has tools, okay? We have the tools for this. I will accept the Ember Drain here because I think I need to, actually I think the right play is Rubble Morsel, then 4. So I'll have 6 space, and he doesn't count. Yeah, so we'll play Morsel in front. He guy's a face tank. Then you get the Siren here. Draw 5. Seems okay. I'm going to take the gamble on this and not play any of these other friends. Because, cool. Honestly, great. We'll play Shark middle. He dies, but he does a good job. I'm going to play the Mollusk Mage upstairs, and we'll just get him immediately shot, which is funny, but fine. I would like to ping bottom floor, and then draw 1 here. Ah, it's a bummer. We'll ping another 1 here. This actually means we do eat here, which is great. I will play the Ember Cache. It's good to do it. Remember incants, right? Remember, incants are your friend. It's actually better to Shade Splitter, huh? Yeah, I think so. And then we can play this other friend, and that's chillin'. Extra Ember for next turn, and it's damage. We do clear mid-floor, which is nice. Alright, we got luck. We lucked out on the Collector. I was a little worried about that. We are going to Siren of the Sea downstairs. I prefer this because it means we have space for stuff and things. Play the Excavator upstairs. I do want to Calcified Ember on bottom floor here. High value. I will incant. Actually, I think this is a really good Deep Offering turn here. I don't actually care if I'm not weaponizing the everything, right? Oh no, I put Offering Crypt Builder on the wrong floor or something. It doesn't really matter to me. The goal here is really just just power plays, right? I want to incant on the floor that needs it. We killed a big heavy on bottom, which is fantastic, so that's great. Ember is your friend. You play the morsel in front. It's great. Fantastic. You shoot a guy. Very cool. Play another Shade Splitter. Morsel generation is strong. I will continue to incant on that floor. I'm going to go ahead and excavator downstairs. I want to ping one of these dudes because it's valuable to do it. These morsels, I guess, go somewhere. Sure. I should sap on some floor, I suppose. This is what, 3 Ember? We'll take the incant middle then. Sure. We'll sap downstairs. We're at least benefiting one of them in some fashion. The incants are valuable, I think. So we'll do it this way. Cool. Fine. Great work. Okay, we get a lifesteal, which as long as she doesn't die, is sufficient. We're going to continue to incant upstairs for anyone keeping track. I do want to Crypt Builder. Oh, Excavator here. I think that gets me alive. Yeah, it's enough to live, which is important. We do want to continue incanting upstairs. I'll tank this, right? It's fine. Takes the hit. It's fine. I got another Excavator. That's kind of cool. I can and should pop one dude downstairs, I think. That's a benefit to me. And then what? We can get another one, actually, which is cool. Great. She actually kills the whole floor now, which is fantastic news. Great. Fantastic. Cool, and she got all her life back. Wonderful job. This is a good payout, as it turns out. This is what I would call a good turn. We'll take the Rubble Morsel. I'm going to drop the Mollusk Mage middle just so that this guy generates me more Ember. That's a lot of damage. I think we are going to incant downstairs now that I'm looking at it. We'll pop some of these dudes. Unfortunately, you do pass away. I think it's valuable to incant still, and then we'll just take 9 damage shield here, which clobbers the 2 really scary guys. We should be totally fine, right? The weird thing is counterbalancing the fact that I am using multiple various incant floors, which is, you know, less than optimal, but I guess we get away with it regardless. We just shoot this man, right? Yeah, true. Okay. We might win downstairs if I play my cards right, yeah? Play this morsel, then you shoot this man. Then we shoot this next man. Cool. Then we just continue to incant here, and it adds a lot of value. Man, that's a lot of health that this floor has, I'll admit, but, you know, fair enough. So we've done a lot of damage on just bottom floor here. This is pretty darn good. We obviously win top floor. It's not a concern, but this guy has taken... That's like 2,000 health or something ridiculous here, right? It's just... It's one of those things you easily underestimate until you go, hey, wait. It's actually a truckload of damage we just dealt. I'm just going to incant sap this man to the best of my ability. It's fine. Sure. We should easily win this combat, right? Yeah, no questions asked. Yeah, we're fine. In fact, we're strong enough that I don't even have to really respect here. Though this guy ends up with 53 health and dies in 1 hit, so that's kind of nice. The Founding Seal is helping a bunch. I think that's enough to win this run if I end up missing on everything else. No cave-in! The one time I wanted cave-in. That should be the name of this episode. The one time I wanted cave-in. That is 100% going to be the name of this episode, one way or the other. Alright, we're going to skip. I don't want Cannibalized. Gem Trove is weak. Void Binding is good, but I'm not going to a magic shop. I don't want this sitting at 1 cost. I don't generate enough Ember. Crystalline Seeds, Titan's Tooth, Glacial Seal. Glacial Seal's fun. Right, it's fun. I don't have to do an infusion. It's 4 incant Frostbite, which is entertaining. It's not great, but it's something. So pretty much the only option to fit these together is either to get Penumbra shot on turn one option, or two, sketches. Yeah, that's basically it at this point. We do not have the option of Cave In anymore, which is a huge bummer. Do I want to take Crystalline Seeds? It's actually a good card. I don't ever mind having this. It does a lot of good lifting in various circumstances. Titan's Tooth might be stronger, but again, if I see a -2, I know it's going into Drain here. I think I'm going to skip it. It's not a great option to draft into on the Awoken's Real Spike. I don't need it necessarily. We'll just skip that. 10 gold might matter. We are going to the dupe. What do you dupe? Well, depending on what we draft into, it could be a Siren, but it could also be a Shark if we hit an Endless and Self-Infuse here. It could be the Drain. Like, there's a lot of things we want to dupe here, but we'll go right for sure. Trinket Shop is first. Pyrestone Housing is tempting. Okay, we see the Endless on Shark, which is pretty great. I think he's going to help out a bunch. I'm going to re-roll this. Heartstone is expensive, but not bad. I think self-infusing the Shark is a ton of value. -2 here, fantastic. Drain gets a lot of benefit from this. It's actually a 3 Ember swing, right? 1 on the first cast, 2 on the second cast. So this is a very strong incant. Double incant, by the way, but also very powerful disable. Huge fan of that. The Purge, I guess this is just a Frozen Lance, right? I don't even need to take this, but it is a removal. I'll probably grab that. I think we're leaning towards a self-infuse angle here. Firestone Housing. We didn't get a multi-strike, which is what would have led me towards the Firestone Housing, right? Because then I would have made a multi-striking Siren. Or rather, a second multi-striking Siren. It's not worth the investment for, what, like a Battlestone or something? Rules of Containment, Shade Lamp. I don't need that many morsels. We'll spin this. I'll take Cuddlebeard. Okay, we're cooking now. We're definitely self-infusing the Shark. Suddenly, Shark went from to hell yeah. Absolutely hell yeah, brother. I'm going to put a Battlestone in him, I guess. Actually, I'm definitely giving him the Large Stone now. He just lives on bottom floor and murders the world, right? I bought the Cuddlebeard, right? I did, yes. Okay, good. Yeah, great. Here, get big, buddy. Get big. We'll self-infuse him, and suddenly he is now hard carrying a large part of this run. Fantastic. I mean, this is one of the nice things about this setup. This could have gone a million different ways. This could have gone a ton of different ways, but it didn't. Now, removals here, to be clear, it's going to be difficult assembling a floor until Penumbra dies. So, okay. How do I kill Penumbra? Great question. I think the best options are put him in front upstairs, let him die, draw fast, and put the second Siren on that floor after he's dead. I think we play top floor now that we have Shark online. I want to try to get to that Shark ASAP, but I need him to be mid-floor. The option of playing middle with the Sirens really only made sense if Shark was going to be getting, like, removed or thrown away. But the fact that he has now become a very core part of my run very suddenly is important. This is also one of the reasons I think people should not sleep on Shark. I think he is fantastic for a variety of reasons. Even just a perspective Shark can sometimes, in situations like this, become incredible. He weaponizes Large Stone, he weaponizes Endless. This is something that not a lot of banner units in the game do. It's like, what, him and... I'm trying to think of some other good options that really want Endless. Obviously tombs and small and imps and stuff, but banner unit wise, I can't really think of any. Gluxider does not count. Extract cost sucks. Alright, I am going to purge here. There's no real reason to hold on to these Frozen Lances at all, I think. Shade Splitters are good. Good enough. They tank for me. Kind of. We'll purge a Frozen Lance. It's worth the 10 shards. We're already high enough. And then I will burn 2 other Frozen Lances. The Mollusk Mages kind of do suck, but at least they consume, right? They go away when I play them, and potentially play into Hell's Banners options. Cut Frozen Lances. Remember, every time we cut one of these cards, it draws us our Drain faster. I do have space for another removal. I can't afford anything else, right? Right. Alright, so we cut something. What do you cut? Honestly, Umbra Assault, maybe? Shade Splitters are not great. I guess they're all kind of the same to me now, right? Yeah, I think they're all kind of the same. I just want to get rid of bad cards. So let's burn an Umbra Assault then. This could actually... Umbra Assault could be relevant in Seraph, if I'm being honest with you. Mollusk Mages on a mid-floor. Okay, so we'll cut a Shade Splitter. I actually think the Umbra Assaults have a moment of respite in the form of value on Seraph, whereas everything is kind of dead on Divinity here. We'll cut a Shade Splitter then. Got it. Alright, I mean, that's pretty good, I think. We've gotten to a pretty decent spot. We've taken double draw. I think we're feeling good about that. Our goal is basically to kill Penumbra ASAP. So, how we do this is we play the Abandoned Antumbra morsel first. Well, let's get into combat. I'll show you what I mean here. You know what? I have money. Mollusk Mage deserves it. There you go, buddy. 2013. Heck yeah. 35 gold left. Alright, let's go. Okay. So, for Seraph, our plan attack here, I'll demonstrate this for you, is we want to first... It's actually a terrible card. Terrible setup here. You play the Magma Morsel you get from Abandoned Antumbra. This is important because we want Penumbra to die. Okay? Great. So we put him in. Then we go Penumbra. Penumbra takes 15 damage. Fantastic. We're going to put Siren of the Sea in back here. We're not playing the other Siren of the Sea on this one. Now I could put in a Mollusk Mage and then go for Umbra Assault and self-ping, and then Mollusk Mage dies in one. That's actually a very valid option. We hit Shark, which is huge. He goes, lives downstairs, murders a whole bunch of stuff. Fantastic work. I will Shade Splitter. Remember, we do want to bait. We want to bait Seraph away. So, we're going to let Mollusk Mage eat dirt here. I'm going to go ahead and double ping downstairs because it gives me an Ember, something I can draw. That's a pretty good hit, right? We'll take this. Sure. Fine. Alright. Great. I need Penumbra to die. How do we achieve this? Great question, my man. Great, fantastic, important questions. How did Shark... I guess Shark lived because I killed one of the dudes. Okay, fair. Fair enough. Fair enough, Shark. I would like to Shadow Realm Suff. How do we kill Penumbra? Okay, that's a fair question. I do think we're going to play the Abandoned Antumbra top floor. I kind of don't want to make him stronger. It's a weird situation. Huh. I do want to play Ember Cache is for sure getting played up here, though. That's an important one. I guess we'll play the morsels out here. It's acceptable. Damage shield. I don't love this. We're buffing Penumbra. I would like him to die, but unfortunately I don't think it's going to happen. Now, I think we do want to invest in the upstairs value. I need to play Drain every time I see it, pretty much. That's actually important. Wow, Shark had a moment. Okay. I don't think this is my Kindle. I'm just going to hit the Ember Cache here, hit the Shade Splitter here. Cool. It's fine. Not going to play that Mollusk Mage out. No, we're okay. Okay. I think you have to go middle, right? Makes sense. I don't want Shark to have anything too exciting here. Yeah, please hit Penumbra. Thank you. Great work. We're going to play Shark downstairs. I will Purge up here. We do need an incant to win, right? It's the plan. So, always want to be doing this. I'm going to self-ping Penumbra. That seems crazy, but I promise it's not. We are going to invest in... I guess I can play the Crypt Builder off floor. I kind of don't want to. I guess I'm going to put it downstairs. That's fine. I do want to continue sapping the boss. He'll continue cutting it, but it's okay. Right? We want to work at this. Alright. Unfortunately, Penumbra is not yet dead. Bummer. So, the Siren of the Sea is not benefiting from our current state of affairs. I am, however, going to Crypt Builder upstairs because I would like very much to kill the Pyrewings, and I will be doing that. Great. Incant, please. Continue to incant. I'm actually going to just sack the Morsel middle. Because, reminder, we do want to bait here, right? That is important. I want to get Siren on this floor. So we do this by, we're going to kill Mr. Ember Drain Man upstairs. That is a worthwhile play. I'm also going to continue incanting upstairs. It's fine, right? Please kill my man. Kill my guy. Alright, where are we at? Excavated Ember, Excavated Ember, Excavated Ember, Excavated Ember. Alright, we're looking great here. I go ahead and drop Morsel mid-floor. Cool. So I can get Titan Sentry bottom floor, which lets me kindle here. I do want to play the Umbra Stone for sure. And I'm going to put down 28 damage shield on my backline person, because that is a very good turn. Okay, now I think you have to go bottom floor, Seraph, right? You have to. Cool. Great. Fantastic. Penumbra finally passes away. Yes. Kind of. Kind of, I say. With disappointment in my voice. We do manage to clear the floor at least. Alright. It's something. It's something. I'm gonna kill this guy in front. I actually think that's worthwhile. We still lose Penumbra, which is fantastic. Fantastic, yeah. Let's play a Shade Splitter. I would like an Ember Morsel, but we don't get it. And you know what? Fair enough, I suppose. Fair enough. Penumbra is dying, however. This does mean I'm going to put some morsels middle to try to bait that out. Shark goes away bottom floor. We will just continue incanting upstairs. Okay, we'll take the Ember Drain. It's not too bad, at least. Our goal here is to eventually get this Siren on this floor. Eventually, we will get the Siren on this floor. We managed to do it. At long last, it will happen. They do cut my damage shield, but it's not too bad, right? It's not too terrible. We get Shark downstairs, which is great. I can, what, ping a dude and we get more damage through? Not a lot, but it does add up, right? Then we pop that man, we push 500 through to the boss, get some sap on him, it's okay. Sure, sure, sure. We're gonna let Shark die in Relentless, which should be enough to, what? A little late on Shadow Siege Lady, but you know what? I'll take it. Honestly, I'll still take it. It is a value play to have it. Great. Play the Mollusk Mage here. Okay. Fine. Okay. Now, gonna put Morsel in front upstairs. We're gonna invest all of our time in this in-camp floor, which is hugely valuable for us. Just incant here. I will sap this floor out. We're still going to provide... He's still going to hit us a bit, right? There's nothing we can stop completely. We're not going all in on the reductions here, but it's okay, right? The incants provide an astronomical amount of value here, which I do think is worth it. Right, this front person tanks a bunch. Obviously, I could have put this behind the damage shield person, but this one in back wins anyway. So I always wanted to make sure that she had maximum turns, because she was doing so much damage. We get through Seraph, fine. Blank pages seems great, sure. You know what? I have no idea what this is going to do, but this seems like a fine addition to our run. Now, mini-bosses are going to be a problem if I can't assemble the floor, but I do think we're going to have an easier time getting Penumbra killed because we have the Divinity beating the dirt out of him constantly, so that's something to keep in mind. Same deal as before. We get Excavator, great. Penumbra, chillin'. Titan Sentry bottom floor for sure. We'll play one. The one that has more health will go in. Priority. I'm going to actually hit Deep Offering here instead of the Rail Spike. I think that's a decent play. I'll incant. Yeah. These are good incants. Sure. And then what am I doing on bottom floor? Great question. Great question. Let's actually pop the guy in back here. I think that's fine. Sure. Okay. As long as I incant upstairs, I'm not terribly worried about stuff and things, right? Who do we get? We got Shardtail Queen. This is... What in the blazes are you? You are Fledgling Imp and Welder Helper action? I don't know how to feel about that. I don't like these lifesteal morsels. Can you take those away, please? I want Penumbra to die. Stop it. Ember morsels. Yeah, sure. There you go, bud. Get it, Shardtail Queen? She dies. Oh no. It's fine, right? It's fine. Priority incants upstairs. It's just the name of the game. Okay. Oh no, Shark died. It's okay, Shark is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Multi-strike incant. What the blazes? Okay. Windleton has quick. I'm gonna give Windleton the damage shield? Yeah, sure, bud. Go for it. There you go, champ. Seems good to me. Now, I would like to drain here. We're always playing Titan Sentry downstairs because this guy just, like, crushes face, right? Just completely blasts it, which is fantastic. Bottom floor, we don't have a good ping to this front guy, or I would Crypt Builder the Dark Wings. I think we're going to just keep incanting upstairs, if I'm being honest, right? I would very much like to sacrifice a Mollusk Mage here. Great. Fantastic. He swings. Look at him go. Look at that man go. He's a huge player. I don't want to buff upstairs, but I don't want to actually feed morsels downstairs either. And this I'm going to drain the boss now, right? I think we do need to drain there. I'm looking into ways that we can actually kill these floors and such, so... What are you? Cultivating Sentient is actually quite good here. Wow, okay. Sure. Sure. It's not a great Kindle play. I guess I could do like 1 billion damage with Mind Collapse, which is cool. I'll play it out, right? I'll play it out, I think. I kind of really like Sentient here, actually, which is a bit odd, I suppose. I can... Oh, man, I could almost have fit Windleton with Sentient, and that would have been cracked, right? Absolutely cracked. Crazy. I'd really like to get Penumbra shot pretty soon here, huh? Do I just want to commit the Sentient upstairs and give up on this other business we can trample through? I actually think it's pretty dope, right? It's pretty good. And then we'll sack a morsel middle. I play the Kindle, right? I will take the Umbra stone here. We do a lot of damage, which is pretty cool. I want to play Shark for sure. I actually can kill the Dark Wings, which is kind of an unbelievable play. And I will, because it means Windleton lives now, which is itself a ridiculous notion. I'll take the incant, and we'll put another morsel downstairs, sure. Then I'm going to shoot this guy down here. And then I continue sapping the boss to 0, so I win Relentless here. Alright, we got crazy Windleton going on here. Who'd I get now? I got Icarus. Why are you here? I don't know what's happening anymore. We're experiencing a monster train moment, which is another way of saying, who knows? Hey, look, Windleton lives again, which is just ridiculous, right? Drawing too many cards. So the answer is we self-ping Penumbra, and then we just continue trying to get him shot. Here's a lifesteal morsel downstairs, bud, I guess. I'll draw 9 cards, sure. Who knows what I'm going to draw into now? Great, we'll shoot Penumbra again. I'm really working on it here, okay? Our goal here is priority number 1, kill Penumbra. So, that's cool. I know I could have played that with a Prismal Dust. Look, I know. It's fine. I'll have another opportunity to do it. I do want to incant here. I don't have a place for these morsels anymore, so we're kind of just ruining our own hand. I am going to sap here, I guess. This is fine. Right? I don't want to... I'm going to Crypt Builder middle so we punch the boss for 100 here. That seems respectable. Windleton's actually doing it, by the way. This man has almost no value overall, but is straight up just murdering, so that's kind of cool. Oh my god, Penumbra is dying. Is this Firelight Fade? Is this Firelight Fade we're looking at here? That seems pretty good. Hey look, Penumbra... Windleton lives again. Then we lose our run because we click on Firelight Fade. Whoops. Monster Train, oh no. Now, I do need to incant upstairs, but I also desperately need to play the Titan Sentry, so very cool. If he burns out, I don't really care. Incants are your friend. I have at least some place for this stuff here. We get the kill, don't we? Just narrowly, it turns out. Outrageous. Fantastic. We will take it. Sure. Great job. Windleton is doing excellent work. We have Burnout on our boy Titan Sentry now. What are you? I can etch? Is etch actually good ever? That's an interesting question that I do not have a good answer for. We are going to priority incant here. Now, obviously, I'm not getting any value from Cultivate, so let's just play the morsels out. It doesn't matter, right? It's fine. Hey, Windleton, are you going to make it, buddy? Are you good? Windleton, no. Echo, right? Go live downstairs, I guess? Hey, he shoots. He does 40 damage. Something does 40 damage here. Couldn't tell you what it is, but we're doing it. I do want to keep playing incants. They're good to play. It happens. Do I want to Prismal Dust here? I can probably do better. Yeah, I think I can do better. I'm going to sap here, and then I'm actually going to sap the Ember Wings, buddy, because I don't feel like taking the Ember Drain next turn. Now, he gets a little bit back, but I think we can maybe come across something that does... we can hit him out, right? Yeah, okay. We actually draft an answer to this. Hey, look, it's Soul Guard. What are you? Is this Dire Channel? This is Dire Channel. Do I care about you, Dire Channel? No, I don't. Absolutely not. Look, I don't have Penumbra anymore. I can't actually put my other Shadow Siege on the floor. It's okay though, because remember, the world has given me Cultivating Sentient, which I'm going to be real is just really ridiculously good here, to the extent that it basically means I can't lose Relentless. So that's kind of cool. The biggest, scariest thing is this mini boss. So let's put the other Siren here. Actually, Shark can go live downstairs. I guess I will put Soul Guard upstairs? Sure? Might as well, right? We're gonna pop that out. I guess I'll get Mollusk Mage shot. I'm gonna incant a bunch. Sure. Right? It's fine. Get him, Mollusk Mage? Okay. Obviously the cultivates mess up a little bit there. We do a free 130 on middle, though. Top floor is something. Okay? I think... What is another cultivating sentient? Oh my gosh, what the heck is happening? Suddenly I wish I didn't have Soul Guard on the floor. It's okay, I need to prioritize killing upstairs. This is actually very important to me, so... Alright. It's actually really important we kill this man. So we're going to hit with all of the incants we have. Right, we get a lot of value from these incants because of a variety of reasons. I actually can't play Sentient anywhere, which is weird. I want an incant here. Yes, good. I want Ember. Every incant matters. Prismal Dust can go into our friend at long last. We get the kill. Honestly, I think Soul Guard is actually doing something meaningful here for anyone keeping track. I think Soul Guard actually is relevant in an unbelievable twist. We have no floor space anymore. Something, whatever has happened here. The Morsel gets the kill. Fantastic. Wonderful. And meanwhile, Shark does heavy lifting, keeping the curses out of our floor here. We just crush this, don't we? Full crush. Yeah, actually, we just full crush this. Got him with that Ember Stasis. Get it, loser. Alright, I mean, this is actually ridiculous, right? Soul Guard doing some ridiculously good heavy lifting. Look at this. 32, he does what? It's like 210 damage. What do you want to name this episode? Is this the one time I wanted Cave-In, or is this Dire Channel's Revenge? Because the funny thing is, I put Dire Channel's Revenge, I'm going to put Sentient, or whatever, my Penumbra on the thumbnail, and no one's going to know what happened. Look at that. He does it. Get the kill, man. Oh, bummer. He didn't get the kill. That's okay. You know what? He contributed. He actually was super relevant there. This is a great example of blank pages fully taking over the run, right? I think we actually did get Penumbra killed in time that we could have assembled the floor, right? He did die in time for us to play the second Siren. We just didn't, because I had a cultivating sentient that I said was, well, that's stronger than the second one of these, so fine. Now, eventually it might not have been, right? I mean, the second Siren, once it incants up, is awesome, but cultivating sentient means that floor never falls, never dies. We can't lose. We only need the one. So really good. Plus, don't ignore the fact that it has one card draw there. That's actually ridiculously good. Anyway, I mean, the run really came down to Shadow Siege's Infusion. Man, this thumbnail is going to be a trip, isn't it? We're going to have Shadow Siege, Siren of the Sea. I want to put Soul Guard on there. What do I think is going to be a more exciting name? Man, Dire Channel's Revenge. It just feels disingenuous to say that, only because he only shows up at the last minute. He's not even my champion most of the time. I think we'll give Cave-In some credit here. I think this is definitely a let's try to say we were looking for Cave-In. I like that. We'll go the one time I wanted Cave-In. Got it. It's actually a fun little escapade for me, is how in the world do I name an episode? I find that a lot. I enjoy that a lot, is coming up with something cool that means something about the run, but also sounds exciting, you know? Anyway, let's talk about this run summary. The one thing I want to really call attention to that I think makes a lot of sense, but in hindsight, I think is a decision that some people might not make, is Titan Sentry. Titan Sentry here basically did nothing for a majority of our run. Died very quickly, contributed a little bit here or there, but really wasn't that impactful. But as soon as we hit ring 8, I was like, all right, he could be it. And he ended up being it. His Frostbite application was huge. We had Cuddlebeard at the 11th hour, and we self-infused him, gave him a large stone. This man did so much heavy lifting for our run, actually crazy. Just so much value. The Sirens, of course, obviously a lot of value. The Shadow Siege Infusion is easy to sleep on. You usually, especially if you have like a Trample Stone, which we did eventually find, right? Having the ability to just have 30 incants worth of value immediately is amazing. Not to mention, it's not just 30 incants, it's actually 60 incants if you were considering the self-infuse, right? So this is so far beyond where Siren of the Sea starts when you self-infuse. It is huge value, and there's a lot of extra value to being front-loaded, right? It's very low risk. You're not going to get instantly killed by the Divinity. You're not really at risk of dying. It's just so much value. Now, of course, 2 space is a huge cost. We saw that payment in action as we tried to juggle a way to get 2 of them on the same floor, and never successfully did it, by the way. Never did it until Seraph. We did it once at Seraph where the one just kind of like died in Relentless, which is, it happens. But it did matter there. So there was a way of doing this. I think Architect played a core role here as well. I don't think I would have gone this particular route if I hadn't had Architect. I would have definitely taken the Shadow Siege, right? Because we could have just as easily seen a Sweeper, and suddenly Sweeper doing 120 damage is now we're cooking, right? So we still take the Shadow Siege. The run just looks very different. Really cool. Also, huge shout out to Ember Cache, which I played 3 of here, which is incredible. This is a fantastic incant, right? Because they chain together in your discard pile because they get added in like a group. I don't think they shuffle quite as well as they should. I think there's something weird about that in the shuffling mechanic, but it's fine. You know what? It's okay. You can usually predict seeing a lot of them back to back to back. You're not guaranteed to. They do, I guess, kind of shuffle, but something weird's about that. Regardless, it doesn't matter. They're good because you chain them together and then you get value out of the X-costers here. Things like, for us, the Prismal Dust, but also that Awoken Rail Spike we picked up from the Cave event. Really good. I ended up investing hard in this and getting a lot of card draw out of it. Turned some turns into, what, like 20-something incant turns, which is fantastic. Plus, we're getting the Founding Seal, so that's what, like +40 right away, which is an amazing turn. So, pretty awesome. Deep Offering, very good. A lot of good cards here. The Crypt Builder, it was fine. It's a fine card. I like the Tendon Piercing in this, but I mean, when you think about this in perspective, this is not a very efficient use of Temple Shards, right? Think about this critically, right? What if this were just, I don't know, Proclamation? All I would need is the Tendon Piercing. You don't have to waste the -2 on it. The fact that I had to invest an extra Temple Relic into this just so it only costs 1 Ember is kind of garbo. Crypt Builder is the special value here is an offering. There are some cases where I managed to play this for free, but usually it wasn't a problem because I had a lot of Ember in this run. But the real payout here is when you can do something like +30, +10 piercing, and you have enough discards that you're actually able to play this. Things like offering token or whatever, right? That's where Crypt Builder really pays out. It was okay. It was fine. I can think of worse cards to have here. We duped it and it was value, right? I mean, another great example, Ice Empire would have just crushed this card, right? Just full crushed it. So, it is what it is. I guess that makes sense because it's a rare card. Whatever. I don't have much else to add there. Big shout out to Abandoned Antumbra, though. I think this is another one I wanted to call attention to. It allows us to really calibrate those Chain of Gems for value. We're guaranteed to get value out of the morsels because we also had Winged Technology. Kind of a perfect coalescence of morsel relics here. Alloyed Construct, I'm confident, would have won this as well. Though I think it would have been a little bit depressing seeing the Founding Seal and not having taken an Incanter, but I don't think we ever go that direction in this run, though I do think we could have won with it. So, fair enough. And I think that's pretty much everything I have to add here, so hooray, I guess I'll let you go. Hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. We made it past Penumbra. Incredible. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.